Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The main topic of this video is United States of America, the Houthis, Iran, United Kingdom, and Israel. Shalom. So, what happens? When you are in deep doo-doo and you are almost caught or you're accused of doing something, you divert attention. And you say, hey, wait, they're attacking us, let's go. So that's exactly what I think the Pentagon is doing right now. It's just escalating its spat with Iran, but not for us. I will show you. US threatens Iran. The Brits are collaborators. Why? Because the Brits alone prove who they are, an opossum, which is very aggressive, but when it's about doing stuff, looks around for a real aggressive guy, which is USA. So we'd always pack with someone. I'm just an opossum. I'm harmless. I pretend I'm aggressive. UK doesn't do anything alone. Isn't that strange? And it seems like neither does US. Why? Because they're strong. Strong always runs in packs, and cowardness in loneliness. All right, let's start with this one. Russia Today, 1st of May 2025. Pentagon chief, the guy who's in big trouble now, threatens Iran amid Houthi attack. Tehran knows, and I'm quoting very well, what the US military is capable of. Pete Hegseth has said, okay, all right, that's a true statement. That's a true statement, a representation of reality. Now, let's put it in reverse, or put it on the other shoe and see if it fits. Does United States of America know what Iran military is capable of? Or they don't? Or they know, but they are delusional? I think that's the cause. That's exactly the situation we are in. They know, but they choose to be delusional. Why? The pressure from behind is too big. Wasn't that Lincoln, the president, who said Abraham Lincoln? Didn't he say that at one point he wrote that in front of me I have the how do you call it, the army of the Confederate Army, and in the back I have the pushing me? Isn't that how was he, or Napoleon, when he said I have the coalition in front of me but these guys with their profits in the back? Well, the same thing. The United States of America has in front Iran, in the back the pushers, the guys who really benefit of an American-Iranian war. All right, so threaten. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete has blamed Iran for arming Houthi fighters. Well, let's say I blame you for arming these ones, and Russia blames United States of America for arming the Ukrainians. Oh, it's about the cause, it's about the intent, it's about who's good and who's bad. Oh, I got it. Israel is good and Iran is bad. The Russians are bad, the Ukrainians are good. Okay? The second the Ukrainians decide not to do what we order them to do, they become bad. The second. All right, after threats and blackmail. So he's just upset about it. Let's go and read further. Pakit addressed Tehran in a message on X on Thursday saying, we see your lethal support to the Houthis. We know exactly what you are doing. You know very well what the US military is capable of, and you were warned. You will pay the consequences at the time and place of our choosing. So I think Pete is fighting his position, asking for them not to have him fired. You know who them are? Or them is? The same guys who Trump appeases all the time so he can do his hanky-panky. It's like this with Trump. In order for Trump to promote his agenda for us, for the Americans, to be allowed and given a little bit of spare time, he has to do what those guys want, which is in the Middle East. Keep his mouth shut, give them money, support, and everything else, then he is going to be given a little bit of a pass in the domestic issues. Otherwise, they will be on him with the media, with all this what are their names? These billionaires that are at Harvard, and not only the Hollywood will make movies and all that, and he's gonna be in bad situation. Now they give him a pass. That's what I think. So he is very much aware. So he's threatened Iran. Remember that it's like always Iran backed Houthis, but it's never Israel backed Americans or Americans backed Israelis, because you get the chain of command right. It's not United States of America and Israel. It's not. If you think that's what it is, well, keep looking. Not keep looking. Keep paying attention. All I want you to pay attention. The information is there. Pay attention. Memorize the information, and then you're gonna see the dots will just fall and connect the way they ought to. So you maybe miss one little point about it. Now, United Kingdom joins United States airstrikes against Houthis in Yemen. These guys, the Opossum, is not doing squat alone because they're strong, man. They're strong. But they joined the US against the Houthis, but they threaten Russia. I mean, please. Can you notice how ridiculous that is? You're not going to take on the Houthis alone. What is Houthis? Yemen, the country, has about 32 million people, more than I expected. Last time when I checked about 2 years ago, I was like, man, I learned something today. I thought Yemen is about maybe 10 million people over there, okay? That's it. When I heard when I read, it's 32 or 33 million people, I was, oh my God, wow, okay. Now, these Houthis are a bunch of guys in a territory that cannot hide. They don't have woods. And you can check them from satellite wherever they are. What kind of industry, economy they have. Something is going on. Now, if you look over the map where Houthis are in Yemen and where Iran is, it's kind of hard to provide, go through the pop and go around. The Americans can create a blockade. How are these guys being supposedly sponsored by Iran? Did you look on the map to see how it is? I'm going to show you. Here it is. So let's go with Yemen first. Yemen is right here. You see Yemen? It's right here, down in the south. All right, so the Arabian Peninsula. Iran is right here. So how can Iran provide these guys with weapons unless they go like this, right? If the Americans place a blockade here, nothing will happen here. Nothing. Then what? Are these guys going to cross here and go through Oman? Is Oman friends with Yemen? Are they going to go to Saudi Arabia? They were at war. Arabs, again, they're not going to go this way, that's for sure. So if you tell me that Yemen is armed by these guys right here, by air, by what? By sea? By what? Signals? With the smoke signals? How in the hell, man? And the Americans are right here. Americans are right here and here. But somehow these guys get, please, my friends. And the Brits, they are joining in because they're tough, man. They're tough. Next one. We find out here the U.S. Navy loses $60 million jet at the sea after it fell overboard from aircraft carrier. So why was that happening? That's how they reported the first thing. I said, really? It just fell because it was a baboonish. Because this is how CNN reported it. That was lying by omission. A U.S. Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet fighter jet has been lost. Just lost. We lost it, man. At sea, after it fell, just like that, overboard from the USS Harry Truman, located where exactly? Right here. Wait, I'm not done. Wait a second. Right here. While it was being towed. So it just fell while it was being towed on board. That's it. That's it, my friends. All right? And it tells you what happened here, actively under tow. So the reason why it fell, it was because it was towing something. I was like, and then we find out that it was not that. It was this. Was evading Houthi attack. When the Super Hornet rolled off its deck, and I made a video on the 29 actually, how US Navy lost jet during Yemen attack. I can't say Houthis because these guys will not like that. So I say Yemen attack. Indians, pop, 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 poop, poop, poop. What else? I said, how US Navy lost the jet. Now, let me tell you this. The United States of America will get in a war with Iran, sooner or later. Not for our interest, but for someone else's interest. And I'm going to show you videos I made regarding that. That's one of them, right? One of the videos I made. It's more than that, obviously, and says Trump will get US in a war with Iran. And this is all, war with Iran, almost inevitable. Israel detains, Trump threatens to Iran. These are the dates. Pop, 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 pop. This is January right there. January, blah, blah, blah. And this is the video I posted, obviously, on Rumble, on the other channel that I have, which is on Rumble. And why do I place it over there? Because I can't say things on YouTube. So when I say something that is true, it's true, but it's these guys don't allow me to do it. I go on Rumble, kids, and I post something over there, and I tell more about a subject, which is always this subject that I can't touch, verboten. And I said, I posted a new video on Rumble, and this is, will, I said, US strike Iran. I couldn't make it, US will strike Iran, because you have to be a weasel. Yeah, that's how you have to maneuver on YouTube. I say, will US strike Iran? Yes, will. But anyway, I have to make it in the question. I said, my new video on Rumble, will US do their dirty job? There, you know who there is the same. You have to be like that. If I say here, even in this video, who they are, oh my God, dirty job and attack Iran for them? So I am on their tail. I've been on their tail because I know how things work. Unfortunately, these guys in charge of us, to show you this small minority's power. But it's not about that. It's about, will US get in and why? It's going to get in because we're owned and we'll get over there for their own interests. That's it. And they will say Iran did it. It's Iran's fault. Like with Russia, the same way. We instigate, we overthrow, we put new people, we take over, and then we bring our weapons and military over there, and the guys get upset. And we're like, what's up, homie? Why are you upset? And the guy says, oh, you know what? Are you a Christian? Yes, I am. Like walking in Memphis. Yes, I am tonight. A Christian. Okay, you are. Do you remember that little saying, don't do unto others what you don't want to be done unto you? Remember that? The golden shower. The golden rule. You remember that one? So the Russians asked the Americans, hey, if you think it's okay for you to bring your military infrastructure at my border, that means you definitely, as a Christian nation, Judeo-Christian culture that we are, right? You'll be okay with if I bring my, let's say, next to you in Cuba. Or maybe say in Nicaragua. Oh, no, you're not a Christian then? No, we're not Christian. We cut the Christian and we'll let with Judeo. Why? Because Judeo says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Different thing than turn your other cheek and get smashed. Love your enemy. Be strong by doing that. You be strong and let me take over everything you got, because you are going to inherit the world after we die. I let you do that. But in this world, let me take everything you got, and you love me for that. Please do that. That's my philosophy. I don't prepare for the next world. I let you prepare. When I get over there and I figure things out, I'm going to say, you know what? This is the 12th hour almost, so no. I will go where interesting people are, and those are there. If we have all that. I go with Nietzsche is, where Schopenhauer is. When those guys, I can mention more than that, because I get in bigger trouble. So here it is, my friends. Fight for them. And they're threatening them. In whose name? What did Iran do to us? Oh, they attacked our ships. Why? Always go back and, the Socratean method. Ask why. And you're going to find out why. Eventually it's going to get you to Tel Aviv. Thank you very much for being with me again today. And New York. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.